Today we are going to be talking about all of the ways that my life has drastically changed since having a baby. This video, I'm just going to be spilling it, all of the things that I wish I knew before I gave birth to my child, the things that people don't talk about enough. I'm just going to be sharing from my experience. Of course, it might not relate to you, and that is okay. You can just listen just to know what my life currently looks like. It does not necessarily have to be your situation, and that's fine. If you are a mom, if you are currently pregnant, if you plan to get pregnant in the future, or you are just curious to know what this life is about, then this video is for you. Sit down, relax, let's dive in. Hi guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. If you are new here, you're welcome. My name is Oyinye and I am just a girl. I'm a mom, I'm a wife, I'm a content creator who is just trying to figure out this beautiful chaos that is life. So I create content around my journey, as all of those things and all of the lessons that I've learned along the way. So yeah, welcome. Go ahead and hit the subscribe button. You would love it here. I promise you, you are going to love it here. I think that I should do a little disclaimer, just a tiny disclaimer. We prayed for this child. Like, my baby is a blessing to us. This video is not to complain or just to say that we are not grateful for these gifts that we have. That's not what this video is about at all. Beautiful things, even when you want them, even when you prayed for them, even when you cannot wait to have them, come with some challenges. And those challenges, no matter how prepared you think you are for them, it doesn't necessarily turn out the way you think it will turn out. So that's just what this video is about. In all our preparedness, in all of our prayer, in all of that, there are still challenges, you know, and that's what I'm going to be speaking about in this video. So please, no negative thoughts, comments, or anything like that. Just see the video for what it is. Having a baby is hard work. It's serious work. I want to say it's a full-time job, but you are not getting paid for it. It's just a lot of work, and it will take everything in you to do an amazing job at it. Like, motherhood is going to stress you. It's going to take from you emotionally, physically, financially. It's just a lot. You are busy round the clock, especially in the beginning. You are bathing them, feeding them for what feels like every 30 minutes. Then you are packing poop, changing diaper, you are monitoring naps, and before you know it, the day is over. You have to start all over again the next day. Sometimes you even forget to take care of yourself. When you've wanted something for so long, you think that when you eventually get it, it's just going to be like a smooth ride. Everything is just going to be fine once you get this thing. But with childbirth, is not that way. In fact, it's just the beginning. This child is going to want you and need you for a very long time, and until they can take care of themselves, you are all that they have, you are all that they need. So there is, it involves a lot. It's really a lot, and it begins to test you mentally, physically, financially, and you will need a lot of prayer, patience, support in order to go through that stage. Thankfully, I had that. I had a lot of support, especially in the beginning. I had a lot of support, which I am grateful for. But even with that amount of support, it was still hard. So I cannot even imagine what it is like for people who don't have support at all. Having and raising a child is serious work. Very serious work, and it's a serious responsibility that sometimes we don't necessarily know the scope of it until it's your reality. Speaking of, this is my reality now. This is another way that my life has changed drastically. She has to make an appearance in all of my videos, whether physically like this or with her screams. If you listen in all of my videos, you would see that she is alive and active in them. Some of them you would see her head like this, but I try to crop it off so that she's not always showing, but most of the time she's on my lap. It's difficult to make her stay quiet, but I try to film around her screams. I just wanted to mention that, just light-heartedly. But yeah, say hello to the peoples. Another thing is the mental load. This is something that I have had a little bit of experience with. Like, I had an idea that it was going to be a thing, but I did not realize, I underestimated it. I did not realize how heavy it was going to be. But the mental load of having a child is really, really heavy. This means that even when you are not active, you are active in your head. Even when you want to switch off, you cannot. Like, all of the responsibilities are on you, especially as the mom. I think this is another point that I'm going to mention, that as a woman, your life changes, and it does not change proportionate to your husband's life. That's like another point. Or let me finish the mental load part. So, like, the mental load is heavy because in my case, I am with my daughter at home 24/7. So I work from home. We don't have a living help. It means that I am responsible for her care all of that time. Even when I am doing my actual job, I have to consider the fact that there's this other person. I need to pump, I need to wash bottles. Oh, what's for lunch? What's for dinner? Is this done? Is that? This is something that goes on in your head 24/7, and you can't necessarily switch it off until you sleep. So it is a lot. It is a lot for your brain to be that active most of the time. Then the other point, like I said, is the fact that your life changed, and it's not about your life changing, it's the fact that it doesn't change proportionate to the way that your husband's life changed. So as a woman, you're the one who carries the pregnancy for 9 months. That affects your body. You go through things mentally, emotionally. It's a lot. Pregnancy is something. Then you give birth to the child, your body goes through that, you recover from that, and then the child comes, and then you are burdened with the feeding for at least 6 months. If you are doing exclusive, then your husband can start to feed the child when you incorporate other things to their feed. So that removes a lot of burden from you. But I want to say 75-80% of the time, it's you. It's you as a woman. It's you are the one who carries the mental load. And no matter how hands-on your husband is, motherhood is a journey that cannot be split 50-50. It's just one of those things that is not balanced. It's not. It's one of those things that you just have to deal with, and this is something that I've been struggling with so much. My husband is a hands-on partner. Like, he is a hands-on dad, but even as much as he does, I still don't feel like that labor is, divided equally. And honestly, if you ask me how to make it equal, I really don't know how to, because he goes out of the house to work, and because I am at home, that's the only option. I cannot now decide that, okay, me too, I want to start going outside of the house to work. It's not possible unless I get a job that is outside of my house, but my work is remote. And honestly, I like it because it allows me to do other things, and it gives me the opportunity to take care of my daughter full time. But I still think it's a lot of work, and it's just what it is. There's really no solution, I think, to it, at least for now, until we are comfortable with having other source of help. I am not comfortable with that yet. In as much as I complain about it, I know that deep down there's really nothing that we can do about it until then. So, but that's just something that has changed a lot about me. Now I cannot just think about myself. Before, I used to be able to just wake up, go about my day, do my work, film my videos, and not do any extra thing between. But now, motherhood is like my full-time job, and then I do other things in between, which is really difficult, because now I have to be doing work when I'm supposed to be resting, because I work a 9 to 5 and I have to do what I need to do. I cannot be giving excuses all the time. So I have to now find ways to work around my own schedule. So it has just been difficult. It has just been difficult. It's something that I did not know I was going to struggle with as much as I am struggling with now. Then there is the physical realities. Man, does your body go through it? And this is not even whether you give birth through cesarean section or vagina. I have done both, and each time it felt like I was just returning from war. So there's no one that is easy. I already filmed a video comparing the two. I'm going to leave a link in the description so you can watch that. But there's no easy way out in this whole process of giving birth and becoming a mother. No easy way. Your body goes through it, and each time it takes a while, a long time for your body to recover. Your doctors will probably tell you 6 weeks, but I personally did not feel like myself 6 months in, and now I can't even recognize my own body. So your body would definitely change. It has gone through a lot. It is going through a lot if you're currently still breastfeeding. So it's a lot, and it tells on the body. There are a lot of physical changes that are unrecognizable, and you need to be mentally strong to not dwell on it. You need to be mentally strong to not let it affect you, to not let it affect your confidence, not let it affect who you are. So it's something that you need to be prepared for. I don't necessarily mind all of the changes that my body has gone through, especially physically, with the stretch mark, the belly size. I don't mind all of those. My only issue is like the health part of the whole thing. I have said on here before that like I had medical issues that were as a result of giving birth, so that lingering medical issue is what my own issue is. But as long as I am 100% good, I'm fine with the way I look. I honestly I am just praying to be over all of the after effects of the cesarean section that I have, to be 100% myself. That's what I am most looking forward to, honestly. The last thing I'm going to share is like the silent battles that you go through, and this you don't have to necessarily go through on your own. So I know that before I had like things that I just had in my head. I was just worrying about them in my head by myself, wondering if I was even doing this thing right. Is this supposed to be this way? Are they supposed to be this way at this stage? Should they be doing this by this time? They were just things that I was going through on my own by myself. But eventually I found out that it doesn't necessarily have to be silent struggles. It can be something that is shared. So I spoke up. I asked questions from my mom, my sister, who have had children in the past, and I also have mom friends that I speak to about certain things. I have a particular friend that we gave birth around the same time, so we can actually compare notes on how things are going. She asks me about certain things, I ask her about certain things. We just talk through the challenges that we are facing. That's how I come to realize that I'm not the only one going through this thing. We are plenty. Like, all of us have this shared experience. It's not identical, but it's similar, and I can lean into that. I don't have to bear this thing on my own. I can offload it, and I learned to start sharing those things with them, things that I'm comfortable with. There are still some other ones that I still cannot share, obviously not to them, not in this video, but they are things that, because I have offloaded what I can offload, I can manage those ones. I'm doing everything in my power to stay sane, mentally, emotionally, physically, because this journey is hard. It really is hard, and I have learned to give myself grace as I go along the way. I have learned to not rush things. I've learned to just go through the process and take life as it is, one day at a time. That's how I plan to conquer this motherhood journey. Yeah. I hope that this video has been helpful. I really do hope that it has been helpful. If it helped you, give this video a thumbs up. You can share it as well. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel if you are not yet subscribed. I am in the comment section, so you can let me know down there. If you are a mom, the tips that have helped you, you can leave it in the comment section. It will help me. It will help some other women who come across it as well. And if you are not a mom yet, did any of these things that I mentioned surprise you? Let me know in the comment section. That's it for this video. Like I said, I hope you enjoyed watching it. Subscribe if you are not yet subscribed, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye bye, guys. She has finally slept now that I've finished filming.